Hey folks, your car guy here again. 2001 Subaru Outback. Today we are going to do the spark plugs. Now, if you've looked at a Subaru and looked at where the spark plugs are, you might think, oh, I really don't want to do them because they're tucked way down in here and there's not a lot of space to get to them. You have two on that side and two on this side, and you're thinking, this job's gonna stink. I'm gonna scrape up my hands. I'll probably just go ahead and pay the mechanic to do it. But if you do just a few little things, they're actually quite easy to get to. I'm going to show you what to do. We're going to take out this air box to get some access here, and we're going to take out the washer fluid bottle. And believe it or not, they both come out very easily. I'm going to show you real quick how quick this can be done. So, air box first. We have two bolts here in the front that we're going to pull out. We can take this panel off the air box, set it aside. Okay. Next, we have a bolt here at the top and another one here at the bottom. I've already loosened this one so I can take it out by hand to show you. Then I can take this part of the air box, disconnect it, set it to the side. Now I can take this piece out and look at how much room we now have to get to the spark plugs. Disconnect our wires, then we can go in with our spark plug wrench and get that out. Let's go to the other side and show you how quickly and easily this comes out. A little bit more here, but still not difficult. Two bolts that secure the washer fluid bottle. We can take those out. Now we have two clips for the washer pumps that we have to disconnect. They just have a tab on them that you squeeze the tab, pull the clips out. There's two hoses. You can reach down in, disconnect the hose. Your watch might get caught. Disconnect the other hose. Now, there's a little tab here that hooks onto the wiring. Just pull that out and we can lift the washer bottle right out of our way. Now, if you'll look right over here, again, easy access to our spark plugs. All right, so now next things we're going to do, take the plugs out. In this case, I've already pulled them out, so we're ready to go in with our new spark plugs. Outdated spark plug socket. I'm going to show you these spark plugs have quite a bit of erosion on them. See if we can get it where you can see it in the background. These had worn significantly. Definitely time to replace spark plugs. Good news is I don't see any oil residue on them. A little bit of brown, that's usually from fuel additives. But it's time to put in the new spark plugs. All right, so here, what we'll do, we'll get our new plugs out. One thing that is always nice to do is put a little bit of anti-seize, especially because these are aluminum heads. And with an aluminum head, we don't want to pull the threads out whenever we're changing spark plugs. You can get what's called bimetal corrosion. That's where the spark plug threads will stick into the aluminum housing. Here I've got some anti-seize lubricant. We're just going to put a little dab of this right on the threads. All right. Doesn't take too much. Then we can take our spark plug socket and thread that plug in. Hand threading it in, make sure you don't cross thread the plug. Then it's just a matter of a couple of quick turns, tighten it up, not too tight. Remember, these do have to be able to be taken back out. And then we can go on to the next one. If you're thinking that this is quick and easy, it really is. If you're going to spend a couple $100s at the mechanic, why pay them a couple $100 to do something that you can do in just a few minutes by yourself? It's really not a bad job to do. threading in by hand, because we want to make sure that we're not cross-threading. If you cross-thread it, then you've got an expensive repair, because the cylinder head's got to come off most likely and either be repaired or replaced due to the thread being stripped. You may even have to might get away with doing a thread repair on it, but it either way gets to be much more expensive. Okay, again, tighten it up. Slide our plugs in, wires back in. When you put your plug wire in, you should hear an audible little click, and you'll kind of feel it. That tells you that it's fully engaged. All right, around to the other side. Again, it's a quick, easy job. We're not going to spend a whole lot of time on this. Now, when you go to the auto repair store, they may sell you some anti-seize for the plugs. It's a good idea. Go ahead and let them sell it to you, because you want that anti-seize on there. They also make an anti-seize for the boot to the plug for the spark plug wire. That can also be a good idea. Quite often the wires will stick to the plug, and if it doesn't come off correctly, it'll tear the wire, and then you end up buying a new set of wires, which is not a bad idea to replace those periodically, about every 100,000 miles or so, depending on application. Again, we've hand threaded most of the way in to make sure that we have good engagement, and then we just tighten them up, but not too tight. Too tight is bad. You'll break things, and then it gets expensive, because then you will be calling a mechanic, and someone like me will be charging you between $50 and $100 an hour to do a repair. And don't get me wrong, I do appreciate it when you pay me that kind of money. It helps support my family, but you know, if I can show you a few things you can do yourself and save some money, that's just me being nice and hurting my industry. So, easy jobs. These little Subaru motors are fantastic. I absolutely love them. Call me weird, but I think a Subaru is just a phenomenal car. Really like them. Enjoy working on them. I've rebuilt several engines for these. Do quite a bit of work on them, and just really enjoy them. Easy to work on, very reliable, just a good car overall. There we go. Not too tight. Again, we can put our plug wires back in. Really neat thing that Subaru does as well. Right on the coil pack, it tells you exactly which plug the wires go to, so you don't have to worry too much about getting them mixed up. All right, folks, that's it. Now we just got to put back in our washer bottle and put back in our air filter assembly. It's not difficult at all. Job that you can do quickly and easily. This is your car guy. Any questions or comments, let me know. I'm glad to help you out.